And here is where the real magic happens. Choosing love doesn't just protect your heart. It opens the possibility of connection. Instead of building more walls to keep others out, you can choose to build bridges. Bridges of understanding, bridges of empathy and compassion, bridges that honor your boundaries but still allow for meaningful relationships. Bridges that show the world and yourself that strength isn't in shutting down. It's in staying open. Welcome to Soul Time, a show that explores the world of unlocking your unique potential. My name is Dr. Katja Makowka and I'm a teacher at school, a former teacher at universities, and a stress and mental coach. And I'm your host. We live in a world that often tells us, if you have been hurt, protect yourself, build walls, stay guarded. And yes, protecting ourselves after pain is natural. But here is the problem. If we stay there, if we let the hurt define the limits of our openness, we hand our power over to the very people who caused it. What if strength isn't in shutting down, but in staying open? What if the bravest thing you can do is keep loving yourself, your life, and others, even when the world gives you reasons not to? Choosing love after pain is one of the most radical acts of strength you can live out. When you are hurt, your nervous system wants safety. It says, don't risk again. Don't trust again. Don't love again. And honestly, for a while, that can be exactly what you need. Healing often begins in a safe cocoon where you can regroup, process your emotions, and regain a sense of stability. But here is the trap. If you stay in that cocoon forever, you miss the life that is waiting beyond it. If we let hurt make the rules, the people who caused it are still controlling our story. They don't have to apologize, change, or even be aware of the impact they had. And they probably never will. Even if you are waiting for their apology to give you permission to move on. Why ask for permission? Why wait for validation that your hurt was real? You don't need it. You need to take your crown back. Until you do, their actions can still define the limits of your choices. And yet, their actions continue to define the boundaries of our choices if we let them. We think we are protecting ourselves, but in reality, we are keeping ourselves small. We shrink to avoid risk and silence our voice to avoid probably conflict. And we limit our openness to avoid potential pain. And each time we do, we hand over pieces of our power. The very power that could help us love fully, trust again, and live expansively. Choosing to step out of that cocoon doesn't mean forgetting or excusing the hurt. It means reclaiming your narrative. It means deciding consciously that your future and your capacity to give and receive love are yours, not dictated by past wounds and other people. Love isn't just something you feel. It's a way you show up in the world, a way you choose. It's in the way you speak to yourself. It's in how you treat strangers. It's in how you hold space for people, even when you don't fully understand them. And I'm not talking about reckless openness or ignoring red flags. I'm talking about the quiet, steady kind of love that says, I know the world can be harsh, but I'm not going to let it harden me. Living with love as a value means choosing it intentionally, not because everyone deserves it, but because you deserve to live in alignment with the kind of person you want to be, not by the rules others set. And if someone has hurt you consciously, they might hope to see you act out of character, probably to prove to themselves that you can't live by your own values. They might even expect you to seek revenge, because this would be their choice if they were in your shoes. But here is the truth. Responding in that way only hurts yourself and hence them power over your life. How people show up is their choice, and how you show up is yours. And choosing love, in this sense, is an act of courage and strength. It's reclaiming your power, your narrative, and your integrity. It's saying, I will not let someone else's hurt define how I live, how I trust, or how I love. And here is where the real magic happens. Choosing love doesn't just protect your heart. It opens the possibility of connection. Instead of building more walls to keep others out, you can choose to build bridges. Bridges of understanding, bridges of empathy and compassion, bridges that honor your boundaries but still allow for meaningful relationships. Bridges that show the world and yourself that strength isn't in shutting down. It's in staying open while staying true. And here is where people get stuck. They want to love again, but they don't feel safe. That's because they are waiting for other people to prove they can be trusted, instead of building trust in themselves first. When you deeply trust yourself, love no longer feels like a gamble. Why? Because you know you can see red flags and act on them. You can set boundaries that protect your peace. You know your values and protect them. You can walk away if you need to. And self-trust turns love into a choice, not a risk. It lets you open your heart without losing your power, because you know your power is in your own hands. And that is the key. You are not giving away your safety when you love again. You are expanding your life with the confidence that no matter what happens, you will handle it. Strength after hurt isn't loud. It's not about putting others down or proving yourself. It's about understanding that those who choose to hurt others are often the ones carrying their own pain. And recognizing this doesn't mean excusing their behavior. It means realizing that love is the greatest form of strength. True strength shows up in allowing yourself to grieve, to fully feel the pain without pretending it never happened, to sit with the hurt instead of forcing yourself to be fine. It's in the quiet work of healing and in noticing the small treasures life still offers. The tiny opportunities to show up with love, even after being wounded. For example, smiling at someone, even though you have been hurt before. Or allowing yourself to embrace a new opportunity without overthinking every what if. Choosing generosity, even when it would be easier to close off. It's also about forgiving yourself for the times you shut down and celebrating yourself for the moments you choose to open again. And each act of love, no matter how small, is reclaiming of your story. Each choice to remain open is proof that pain didn't win, that your heart is still alive and your life is still yours to live fully. And the people who hurt you don't get the final say in how loving, how joyful, or how courageous you can be. You get to decide that. You can't change what happened, but you can decide how you want to show up and what you want to bring into the world. Choosing love doesn't mean excusing the past. It means refusing to let the pain define the rest of your life. And keeping your heart open isn't about giving someone another chance to hurt you. It's about giving yourself another chance to live fully. There are so many kind, loving people out there waiting to connect with the real you. So trust your intuition. Don't make excuses for others. How they choose to show up is their choice. And you have the incredible opportunity to choose who you spend your time with. So choose wisely. And that's absolutely not fragile. That's strength, that's wisdom, that's freedom. And this week, notice the moments when love feels risky. Pause and ask yourself, am I protecting myself or am I handling my power back to the people who hurt me? Your greatest strength might just be the courage to love, not despite your wounds, but because you have survived them and can rise stronger than before. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to Soul Time. I'm very grateful because you have given me the greatest treasure of your life, your time. If you enjoyed this episode, click the subscribe button so that you get a notification every time a new episode is out.